While streaming services might be outdoing network TV when it comes to award season and cultural hype, Shifting Gears and Happy's Place prove there is one subgenre that the traditional format still comfortably dominates. The battle between streaming services and network TV is well documented. For over a decade now, network TV has scrambled to keep up with emerging services like Netflix, Prime Video, and Apple TV. Many of these services, like Netflix and Hulu, benefit from hosting both original shows and classic network TV shows at the same time. Viewers who want to watch Abbott Elementary's perfect replacement can check out English Teacher on Hulu, but they can also find episodes of the ABC sitcom itself on the same service. To make matters worse for network TV, even some of TV's most well-established shows are now gradually migrating to streaming services. Although Bob's Burgers hasn't made the jump yet, The Simpsons and Family Guy both released Hulu-exclusive holiday specials in 2024. Even these decades-old shows understand the appeal of the online-exclusive audience. The best multi-camera comedies are on network. Happy's Place, The Neighborhood, and Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage are all hits, image courtesy of Everett. As such, network TV badly needs a big win when it comes to cultural relevance. In a year when adolescence dominated the Emmys and the release of Stranger Things Season 5 is set to be one of the biggest cultural moments of 2025, it is tough to see CBS or ABC airing anything that can compete with these high hits. Only that is not quite true when readers take a closer look. Two of NBC's biggest new shows last year, Happy's Place and St. Denis Medical, were traditional sitcoms that pulled large audiences from their first episodes and maintained them throughout their debut seasons. Similarly, ABC's Tim Allen vehicle Shifting Gears was a huge ratings hit for the network. Like Abbott Elementary, St. Denis Medical is a mockumentary that plays with the conventions of the sitcom subgenre. However, Happy's Place and Shifting Gears are truly traditional sitcoms, harkening back to the era of Reba and Home Improvement in everything from their aesthetic styles to their stars. Two huge hits from the 2024 season, Happy's Place and Shifting Gears, both center on sitcom stars from the 90s, namely Reba McEntire and Allen. They both boast laugh tracks, a shared broad sense of humor, simple storylines that focus on dysfunctional families, and guest appearances by the stars of decades-old nostalgic hits like Taxi and Home Improvement. Meanwhile, CBS's biggest new series in 2024 was Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, a sitcom spin-off that continued on from young Sheldon's finale by following the story of Sheldon's brother and his doomed marriage. Not only is Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage set in the 90s, but the show also took a huge creative risk by playing into multi-camera sitcom nostalgia. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage brought back the Big Bang Theory's laugh track after young Sheldon dropped the sitcom tradition in favor of a single-camera setup. Although CBS's third biggest sitcom hit, Ghosts, is a single-camera series, its second biggest comedy, The Neighborhood, has fared incredibly well in the ratings since its 2018 debut. Why multi-camera sitcoms struggle on streaming platforms? Netflix hasn't created a popular hit in the genre yet. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage bringing back the laugh track proves the old-fashioned multi-camera sitcoms are still a welcome presence on network TV, and the success of Happy's Place and Shifting Gears reaffirms this reality. However, the same isn't true for streaming services, who would no doubt love to get a handle on this famously inexpensive TV tradition. Chuck Lorre's Leanne did fine, but the streaming service has almost no other original sitcoms. Those that did exist were mostly continuations or reboots of existing classics like Fuller House, That 90s Show, or One Day at a Time, and these were cancelled after only a few seasons and mostly met with humdrum reviews. Meanwhile, Amazon Prime and Apple TV literally have no original multi-camera sitcoms among their current original programming, while Hulu also hasn't dipped its toes into the genre. All of these streaming services have plenty of critically acclaimed dramedies, like The Bear, The Four Seasons, English Teacher, and Ted Lasso, but they haven't made the jump to multi-camera sitcoms. While The Big Bang Theory made plenty of mistakes, the show also commanded a weekly audience of 20 million viewers in the late 2010s. One of the only other shows to earn this level of attention is Game of Thrones, meaning the traditional multi-camera sitcom is clearly not an irrelevant relic, even if streaming services seem to think so. Can multi-camera sitcoms thrive on streaming? How? Sitcoms could be the answer to network TV's ratings struggles, image courtesy of Everett Collections. Right now, the multi-camera sitcom is undergoing a renaissance, judging by TV ratings. However, it is also a rare genre where network TV outpaces its streaming competition comfortably. Streamers have plenty of old sitcoms available to re-watch, but no huge, buzzy original hits in the genre. A glance at the projects that Hulu, Apple TV, Netflix, and Prime Video currently have in development proves that they may be aware of this shortcoming and are busy working on filling the gap. However, this isn't as simple as it might seem. Netflix's Shane Gillis workplace comedy Tires fared well, but Space Force was an expensive misfire for the streamer. The main issue appears to be that, with no laugh tracks in sight, streaming services are afraid of offering viewers the straightforward, somewhat antiquated joys of a cozy multi-camera sitcom. As a result, network TV has wisely swooped in to fill the gap. This is why two of 2024's most watched shows were CBS sitcoms that, despite their relatively inexpensive production budgets, commanded an audience of millions every week. In an era when audience attention spans are shrinking and the number of shows available is perpetually rising, the success of Shifting Gears and Happy Place prove this is a trend streaming services ignore at their peril.